G'day, how are ya? I don't know if this is in focus, man. I know it's pretty weird doing this out of the skylight for you, but anyway, it's such a beautiful sunset. I mean, have a look at this tonight. It's really shaping up. I mean, there's not much going on in the sky, but still, it's really, really lovely. But anyway, I wanted to just drop in and tell you a story about my daughter and her laptop. She's got an Apple. For the longest time it wasn't working. She wasn't sure what had happened with it, and as far as she could tell, the power supply was still showing up. The little green light was still showing up when she plugged in the power supply, but it just wouldn't power up. Nothing would happen. In the end, her and her mum took it into one of the chain stores, probably the one they bought it from, and they sent it off to be looked at, to be repaired. And then it came back, they said it was going to be about $650, and that there was some water damage, some water corrosion discovered inside the computer. And anyway, my daughter had to think about it, and we all talked about it, and she decided that a good idea might be to get a second opinion. So she went and picked up the laptop, didn't get the repairs done, just paid the $50 for the assessment. And then we went to a store, independent repairs store, and we handed over the laptop, and the dude pressed the power button and bang, the laptop booted up. No worries at all. And from there, my daughter punched in her PIN. It just logged straight in, no issues. The dude rebooted it a couple of times. It shut down, started up, no dramas at all. And all the while, he's explaining to us that if there's water corrosion inside the laptop, it's not going to get itself better. It can only get worse. So eventually, even if it is fine at the moment and booting up, it could just out at any moment and stop working. So I mean, there's always that hanging over it. Let me get some more of the sunset. I mean, there's not much happening there. But even so, it's pretty unlikely it's just going to repair itself, so it seems like a bit of a mystery. But you know, I think I figured this one out, and I was talking to my daughter, and here's what I reckon. I reckon if you send it back to the chains, and they probably send it off, they open up the computer, they see if there's a damaged part in there, you know, maybe a damaged chip or some other part, I don't know. So I reckon they pull out the damaged one, put a new one in, and then just seal it back up, send it back in with the quote for the repairs, on the basis that in most cases the customer's going to go, yeah, sure, fix it. And then they simply pay the fee and nothing more is done. The fix is already done. But in this case, of course, because my daughter decided to get it back to get a second opinion, they weren't able to invoice for the repair already done. I mean, could this be a thing? No other way to explain. I mean, laptops, do computers just fix themselves? Do they seriously just fix themselves? What's your thoughts on this? Have you ever had some electronics that hasn't been working just mysteriously start working again for no reason? I mean, there is a reason here. It went back to a repair, it went back to a service place for repairs, and it was only by virtue of the fact they declined to repair. I think they already repaired it. I think they repaired it. Do you know about chain repairs, or where they send them to, or who might look at them? I mean, the bottom line is a silicon chip or whatever the parts are only a few bucks a piece. And why would they want to go into the computer twice when they can just fix it while they're in there the first time and just hope the customer pays? And if they don't, oh well, on to the next one, because they still got the $50 fee for going in and looking at the computer in the first place. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think I could be onto something here? You think this could have been repaired, even though we didn't ask for the repair to be done? I mean, I hope so, because that'd be fantastic. The computer works like fine. There's been no issues with it for several days now. It's probably going to be sweet. Famous last words, eh? Hey, I'm going to go back and enjoy this sunset, even though there's F all happening. It's just an ordinary, normal sunset. In fact, I might leave this here and do a time lapse. It's great, I can just set this up right here. Let's just set this to time lapse. I'm going to set it real slow because bugger all is happening. So we'll go to time lapse. We're going to go interval. We'll go every 60 seconds. That'll be us. I mean, that is awesome. Okay, that'll be that. We'll catch you on the next one.